Good morning, you guys. Welcome to YouTube. We're back with another Australian vlog, and we're at a big merino farm today, and we're going shearing 4,000 lambs. The farm actually has 15,000 ewes in total, but they're all done at the moment. We're getting on to the lambs. So it should be sound. We'll be here for a few days, but it's due to get very hot here in the next few days. They say it's going to get up over 30 degrees. So we'll see how we get on. Hopefully this pasty Irish white boy can get through it safely without dying of the heat. We'll see how we get on. Let's get in and get shearing. We missed the shearing of the main bunch of 15,000 ewes on this farm. They were shorn a few weeks before I came to Australia. But these 4,000 merino lambs were going to be no small job. In fact, it kept 4 shearers, 4 shed staff and the farmer Greg going for 7.5 work days in total. Merinos are a more difficult sheep to shear than the sheep I'd be used to back home. Their wool is dense and their skin is soft and wrinkly. It's certainly taken a lot of time and patience for me to learn how to shear them properly. You have to keep a very flat hand to float over that wrinkly skin and do a lot of work with your left hand in order to keep it stretched out. While Australian Merinos may not look that impressive, they're a good sheep for the country they're in. They can rear a lamb and produce a valuable fleece of wool in tough, dry Australian conditions, often with not a lot to eat at all. A fleece of wool off an average adult merino sheep can make 35 to 40 euros no problem, once it's sorted, classed and pressed into bales with similar grades of wool. So another day in the books, a real warm day, but we got through it. Actually wasn't as bad probably as we thought it was going to be. There was a couple of things in our favour. For one, there was just a heap of fans in the shed. We all each individually have a fan. There's a couple other big fans overhead, and they're great for keeping the shed cool, keeping the flies out of your face, and they're mighty really. The other thing is we're on lambs too, which are smaller, they're lighter for pulling out and getting around, and they're just a wee bit easier on the body. If you're on big ewes now, you'd be probably sweating more because you'd be working harder, you're shifting bigger weight, whereas shearing these lambs, and particularly merino lambs, which are just lighter, they ran a bit tougher, these flies, it's not too bad. So yeah, we got through it, but it's meant to be even warmer tomorrow. Apparently it's getting up over 30 tomorrow, so we'll see how we get on. Some scary looking security at the shed this morning. Passport and shearing credentials, please. So it's lunchtime. It's 31 degrees, I think it is. That's what the phones are saying at the moment. Pretty hot, and it's getting pretty hot in the shed. It just kind of steadily rose since morning now, so yeah, it's hot alright. Help yourself. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Pretty quick that. So we've got a little crush of lambs in ready for branding. They're just after being shorn. They're going to have to wait for a couple of minutes because Greg is out here trying to get a bit of coverage to watch the Melbourne Cup. Apparently it's the biggest, most famous horse race in Australia, and there's 8 million in prize money going for it, and the whole nation will be watching it, he says. So he's trying to get a bit of coverage to watch that. We'll see how that goes. Possibly. Animal. So Greg's putting the brand on. Very good. Got AAAM as the type of wool, and then LMS is lambs, isn't it?
Yep. The M stands for Marino.
Wingelock is the farm. And all bales in Australia are branded like this.
I was just saying the bale number goes on the bottom as well.
Oh yeah.
And that's the classer, I think.
Class or number?
Yeah,
Class
the classes,
Sorry.
every class has their own individual number.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So that's the classes number.
Very good. Will I try and get it on the truck?
You can, I'm not.
Well, you got to lift it up and then kick that under.
Yeah.
And then you come back here somewhere to get yourself a bit of momentum.
Yeah.
And then...
That's actually how you do it. You're not having me on.
No. When you drop it about 6 inches before with a bit of uplift as well.
Yeah.
Then the weight of the bale will slide onto the truck. That's the theory.
Okay.
Oh, you push that in, under, get a bit of momentum. That's another way of doing it.
That's not how I was meant to do it, was it? Oh, it's the wrong way around, is it?
That worked, yeah, you might.
Day's work done. The boss is looking on.
I'm not allowed in, it's a gentleman's saloon.
Happy to be finished. Look at some of these photos. Big wrinkly rams. Greg was saying his old man was a photo collector. Got here a Grand Champion ram 1915. New South Wales. Got here 1936 Jubilee Grand Champion. Look at them boys. Oh, would not like to tackle them. Look at the wrinkles on that. Look at that. Disgusting. Some sheep though. Interestingly, I was chatting Greg and he said on the ones on the left hand side here are a different merino. They're called a Vermont Marino. They're the real wrinkly ones here, and they were imported, but they fell out of favour basically because they were a bit too soft, way too heavy the skin. Like you can see the skin on them rams, it's absolutely ridiculous. And funny enough, them, you know, you would think maybe theoretically more skin equals more wool, but these sheep weren't actually cutting that huge amount of wool off all that skin. It was actually still quite a short wool sheep through them layers, compared to the likes of that ram there, which is just a huge fleece. The fleece is nearly down to the ground, so which would be not something I'd like to shear, but closer to what they'd look for in a Grand Champion Merino ram. Completely different from at home, like they're looking for big fleeces over here, big fleeces of good, fine wool, because the wool is a bigger part of it. Wool is a bigger part of the system, whereas for us it's just a waste product. Just checking in with the boss here. Happy enough, boss? Good day?
Too warm. Too warm.
How did you handle the heat?
I'm not a fan.
Over 30 degrees.
Yeah. Sweating standing still.
I know. It was a tough day at the office. Good to have it done.
Yeah.
Good to have it done. I think I might have done about 180 odd or that, which at home or in New Zealand that'd be a small day, but here it's the full day on these wrinkly merino lambs. But sure, look, we're getting used to them. We're slowly creeping up. And I've been working for about 15 or 16 days straight now, so we're probably due a day off as well. That could be part of it. And the heat. I'm just coming up with loads of excuses here. We've got plenty of excuses as to why I'm not cheering as fast as it could be.
No, the heat makes it hard.
Does make a difference. Yeah.
It definitely makes it a lot harder. It's a different kind of heat to what we'd be used to at home as well.
Yeah. Although the
really dry.
fans are a huge help in the shed, aren't they?
Massive. Oh, it just keeps, I mean, it's still just warm air, but it just keeps
it circulating. Yeah. We're cutting out the shed tomorrow, but we're not 100% sure if all the shears will be back, because it won't be a full day, so there might only be 3 out of the 4 shears back. We're not sure, so we'll finish it here, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you for the next one.
Keep thinking that I could have done something, but now I'm left with an empty heart.